right, good morning everybody. Buenos días, están escuchando Nuestra Comunidad Noroeste de Indiana aquí en vivo, WLTH AM 1370. Good morning everybody. Hope you guys got your hot coffee or cold coffee for that matter, because I think the weather's getting slightly warmer. It's going to be a great morning, and you guys are hopefully prepared for a real treat here live in the studios, 487 Broadway. This is our community, Northwest Indiana. We have a full room of young men that are talented and gifted, and this is a treat for you guys. We're going to have our Mexican Independence celebration coming up in September, but I'm celebrating already because just to hear this music makes me feel even prouder to be Mexican. But music is international. Mariachi is being played all over the world, not just in Mexico. So I'm not just, saying, hey, we're Mexican, we're better. Not even. That's not what I'm saying. So don't get it twisted, all right? Welcome again, and the views expressed by the host and the callers of this show are not necessarily the views of WLTH Radio, management, owners, and sponsors. And for those of you that are viewing on Ustream, you'll get to see them preparing all their instruments, getting them tuned up right before they get to entertain you. And Juan is getting his camera ready as well, because this is a treat. This doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every week. It happens once a year. And they were actually, when we had the studios in Maryville, Indiana, they came to play, but it's a different atmosphere. This is a lot better space here today for sure, and they're actually going to sound a lot better because they're all in one room. Last time, the sound was actually different because the mic was inside a small room. So this is all in one big room. So hopefully you guys are really delighted to hear this, and call in at 219-885-1371. We're going to interview the director, Eric Ramirez. He originally was from here, from East Chicago, I believe. And the original Mariachi Acero is actually from East Chicago. I can't say that they copycat because they sound, no insults or anything, they sound way better than the local one from here. But that's because they really, really practice. And Eric's wife said that they practice 3 times a week in their house. It can be annoying at some time, but when she hears them perform, she says it's all worth it. And, well, we're here live in the studio. Buenos días, espero que estén escuchando aquí en vivo, y quien esté viendo por el internet, están viendo que los muchachos están preparando sus instrumentos, poniéndolos todos entonados y lo que necesitan hacer. Quizá un poco desvelados, ojalá estén bien hoy en la mañana. Si es que vamos a entrar al concierto aquí en vivo en WLTH AM 1370. This is like a mini concert for you. They're going to play a couple of songs, but before they even start playing, while they're tuning, we're going to have the director come up. Eric, if you will, please have a seat right here. And Juanito, when you're ready over there, come join me. Remember, the calling number is 219-885-1371. Saludos a todos ustedes, los que están escuchando aquí en vivo, ya sea en su carro, su teléfono, su computadora o en su casita. Están aquí para darles algo especial, una sorpresa. Aquí tenemos a un mariachi que viene desde Las Vegas, Nevada. Saludos para todos de Las Vegas, ¿verdad? Saludos, muchachos. Good morning, everybody.
Buenos días, muchas gracias.
Oh, their batteries aren't on yet. Are you still charging them? Right? Buenos dias, Eric. How are you today?
Very good, very good. A little
Welcome.
Tired, but we're here and we're ready to play.
You guys stayed up late. That's what it was. See? Mm-hmm. Well, Eric, tell us a little bit of history. I'm not going to steal it for you. So tell us, where did the Mariachi Acero originated from? How did it all start?
Well, it all started in 2008, and some of these students were students at my middle school that I teach at in Las Vegas. And unfortunately, some of the students were going to go off to high schools that did not offer mariachi. So they came up to me and said, can we keep this going? I'm going to a high school that does not offer mariachi, and we want to keep playing. And I said, all right, let's start an away from school community mariachi. And ever since, we've been playing, ever since 2008.
Wow. But they sound so professional, or at least, from what I heard yesterday, day before, or Wednesday, and last year. But I think they even sound even better this year. That's why they got another championship one run. Tell us what they've won, what you guys have accomplished.
Yes, in the recent years, they are the 2012 and 2013 National Mariachi Champions.
Woo-hoo.
And they are also the 2014 Southwest Battle of Mariachi Champions. that was out in San Juan Capistrano, Southern California.
Wow. You guys must be proud of yourselves. Pat yourselves in the back, because when I go over there, I'll pat it on yours. I'll pat your back too.
So how many were in the competition?
I would say it's always about an average about 10 to 15 groups in the competition, and we were able to take first place at every. We've actually have only placed first in any competition that we've entered, so we've never gotten any lower than first place.
Well, that says a lot, and it says a lot about you, Eric, because you're that. Come on, guys, let's do this. Come on, guys, let's do this again. You're that head, that lead, that role model, and you play your trumpet awesomely. I say, he's a trumpet player too, but he's going to be amazed to hear you right here, because he heard you at the restaurant last year. Remember, you guys played out in Wheatfield,
right? At
the restaurant. So it's going to be a different environment. He didn't hear you in the studio last year, so he loves music. So I'm sure he's going to be enthused by it. But you know, guys, is he a good director, instructor? Is he mean? No. ¿Lo regaña? No lo regaña?
Every now and then. Sometimes.
You're lucky I'm not your instructor. How many band members or mariachi members do you have?
Excuse me?
How many mariachi members do you have?
We are 10 in Mariachi Acero.
10. Okay. Now, you were part of another mariachi, right?
I was. I actually grew up here in the area. I'm from East Chicago, Indiana.
Hey!
Born and raised. And then I was recruited in 2005 to go out and teach in Las Vegas for the mariachi program out there. So, but I gotta give a lot of my credit to my director here back home, Mr. Larry Lane, who, I mean, I actually learned almost everything from him on how to direct a group and, you know, how to run it. So he's really the founder of every aspect of any Acero, branding that we have for Mariachi Acero. So lots of credit to him, Mr.
And
Larry
Mr.
Lane.
Lane was my band teacher back then, although
really?
That was my instrument, but I never
You played the trumpet, really?
A little bit.
Wow. And what school was this at?
Washington High School is no longer there.
Oh, yeah. It was torn down to make Central High School.
But Mr. Lane was there, so at the time I was there.
Oh, he's a
got history.
fantastic teacher. Fantastic.
So what made you want to keep the name?
Well, at the time when we were coming up with a name for our group out there, I actually didn't have any ideas. And just the fact that I was from the region, and that's how we came up with the name back in East Chicago, when at the time Inland Steel, LTV the business was booming. So we went with, and actually all the parents of the Mariachi Acero members worked at the steel mills. So we said, you know what, Mariachi Acero. And I just, sounded good to me out there. So I'm like, you know what, we'll just make it a Mariachi Acero out here in Vegas too.
Could you tell our listeners what acero means, if anything, at all?
Acero means steel, so that mariachi steel, right?
Which can also stand for strength.
Exactly.
Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are all strong at every instrument that you guys play, because I was watching you guys perform yesterday, and sorry you missed it, Juan, at Sal y Limon. Shout out to Manolo. Thank you for having them there, and I'm sure you're going to bring them back at Sal y Limon next time. You guys were, you perform. You're not just instrument players. You're just not playing an instrument. You are performers. You dance, especially, what's my little one allá? ¿Cómo se llama este? Cristian. Gotta love you, all that energy that you have people laughing. And then when you, ¿dónde está el que baila cuando le están tocando el violín? He does it too, doesn't he? The one with the glasses? Marcos. Sí. The way he dances too, because he gets to hold the violin in some cases as well, because I've seen both of them do it, right? Now, before we get started and let you guys play your first song, can every one of you go to the mic and introduce yourselves and your age and your grade level and how long you've been playing? And tell me your instrument as well. From left to right. Christian, come on, párase. De uno a uno van a presentarse su nombre, su edad, qué grado van y qué instrumento tocan y cuánto tiempo tienen. ¿Cuánto tiempo tienen tocando con el mariachi o tocando completamente un instrumento?
Well, my name is Christian Martinez, and I am a junior now, and I play the violin, and I've been playing for about 3 years now.
And actually, Cristian just had some very good news for us. He tried out for Tengo Talento, Mucho Talento, which is like the Hispanic version of American
Talent
Idol.
Search, American
right,
Idol?
and he made the
Wow.
cut, so he's going to LA.
Woo, all
to the
right.
next round.
Let's hear for Christian. Baja el micrófono si está muy alto. I would do the same thing. There you go.
Well, my name is Adolfo Torres. I am in college and I play the trumpet for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Next.
My name is JJ Cortez. I'm a sophomore in college. I've been playing the violin for about 9 years now.
All right.
Hello, I am Michael Leal. I am a sophomore in college and I've been playing violin for 7 years.
Your age? What's your age? None of you guys are telling me your age. What's the matter with you? I want the audience to know how young you are and how
I'm
good you
19 years
sound.
old, JJ is 19, Adolfo's 19, and Christian is 16.
Y el Michael se nos va. He's leaving for
no.
6 months to
¿Quién le dio
France.
permiso?
He's going to study abroad.
¿Quién te dio permiso? All right, to France. So we're going to, hopefully you get to view our program. We do, stream all the way out there. You're the baby of the whole group, aren't you?
My name is Giovanni Cortez. I've been
How old are
playing for
you?
about 5 years, and
Uh-huh.
I'm 16.
So you were little when you started playing.
Yeah,
What do you play?
and I play the violin.
And you play very well, shall I say? Yes. Thank you. Next.
My name is Joseph Manzano. I play harp. I recently graduated, and and I'm 18.
So you just recently graduated high school, is what you're saying, right? And what do you play? The harp, you said?
Yes, I play the harp.
Now that's a unique instrument. How long you been playing that?
The harp I've been playing for about 4.5, 5 years.
Wow, you play it beautiful. I mean, it just kind of puts me in La La Land when I hear you play it. And I heard a little bit by yourself yesterday. I was like, yeah, keep going. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Next. Yeah, raise that one. You're the tallest one of the group, besides what you're about to say.
Right. My name is Brandon Camacho. I'm 18 years old, and I've been playing mariachi for about 8 years now.
What is that instrument called?
The guitarrón.
El guitarrón. What's the difference between that and the bandolón, or is there a difference?
Well, I think this one's more like acoustically, like, I don't know. I think
This one's mobile. It's
Mobile,
a little bit
right?
more compact. The bandolón is bigger.
It's
Right.
better.
Better. There you go. Okay. Wonderful.
Oh, my name's Benito. I've been playing mariachi for 8 years now. I actually graduated about maybe 2 years, and I'm actually 20 years old.
What do you play?
Sorry?
That's a little tiny thing. What is that called?
It's called a vihuela. It's like
Mi güera?
Vihuela.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pensé que dijiste mi güera. Órale.
Hi, my name is Edgar Gallegos. I am 21 years old and I've been playing guitar for 9 years now. I am currently a junior in college.
All right. So you guys heard, after you hear how good they play, you wonder, well, when do you have time for school, right? And you guys are all going to school, and that's awesome because you have to continue your education. That's great. Before we get started with the first entertainment that we so deserve, thank you very much. We're going to go for some commercials. Ahorita regresamos, no se vayan.
Indiana Commission on Hispanic Latino Affairs. The Hispanic and Latino population is the youngest and fastest growing in the United States. In fact, every month, 50,000 Latino citizens in the United States turn 18. In the state of Indiana, the Indiana Commission on Hispanic Latino Affairs is here to help by being a resource to families. For more information on the Indiana Commission on Hispanic Latino Affairs and to access their state and local resource guide, visit www.in.gov/ICHLA or call 317-233-5048. That's 317-233-5048. We're all Hoosiers. This message brought to you by the Indiana Commission on Hispanic Latino Affairs.
When buying or refinancing a home, people in Northwest Indiana are choosing First Savings Bank of Hegewisch as their home for banking. First-time buyer? Our first-time homebuyer program opens doors with the reduced rate and most fees paid by the bank. Get a head start with our no-fee application program and ask about our special program for homes in low to moderate income areas. First Savings Bank of Hegewisch has competitive rates and personalized service for financing a home, refinancing a home, or remodeling. A local community bank since 1914, we help our neighbors with loans, savings, free checking, conveniences, and great service. You'll find yourself right at home with the mortgage professionals at First Savings Bank of Hegewisch. Visit online at fsbhegewisch.com or call 773-646-4200. Loan subject to credit approval and other conditions. First Savings Bank of Hegewisch, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're back here live from the studios, 487 Broadway, and they got to get their things in tune. If you want to go out in the hallway and tune yourselves up, because I know you're going to be anxious to be playing a song. I hope it's a good one. Can I actually request one? ¿Sí? ¿Se vale o no se vale? You're listening to Nuestra Comunidad, Noroeste de Indiana. That's our community, Northwest Indiana. Here live in our studios, we have Mariachi Acero for those of you just tuning in and just logged on to Ustream. And for those of you listening, Ustream.tv, it's universal, meaning all over the world, people are watching WLTH. That's Ustream.tv, WLTH. Ustream.tv/channel/WLTH-talk. Espero que estén escuchando y disfrutando de este programa aquí, que estamos cada sábado por la mañana a las 10 de la mañana y los viernes a las 6 de la tarde. Ayer, si estaban escucharon un poquito de lo que estaban haciendo ayer, estaban en Sal y Limón, y hoy tienen una presentación también en Don Pedro's en St. John. Y mañana la última y final presentación va a ser fenomenal. Mañana en el restaurante Jalapeños a las 5 de la tarde va a estar los dos mariachi aceros, el original de aquí, del señor Larry Lane, y el mariachi acero de Las Vegas, junto con Daniel Pantoja. Mañana van a estar presentándose en Jalapeños. Creo que ya tienen todos los asientos ocupados. So, as I was just saying that in Spanish, let me say it in English. They had a great performance yesterday at Sal y Limón. You guys got to hear live. I was broadcasting just for a few minutes from the place yesterday. And they will be performing tonight at Don Pedro's in St. John is it 6 o'clock, guys, at Don Pedro's tonight? Is it 6? No, 7. Okay, 7 at Don Pedro's tonight. And at Jalapeños, they'll be also performing tomorrow, the final show of their tour at 5 o'clock at Jalapeños Restaurant. I believe that all seats are sold out. There'll probably be a chair or two probably available. But tomorrow, the finale will be the two mariachi aceros performing along with Daniel Pantoja, which is from Latino Scene Chicago. If you want any more performances out here, contact Daniel Pantoja or go to latinoSceneChicago.com and you can find out what's planning in the near future. Well, Maestro, Eric, you guys are ready to play me something? See? Well, not me. Actually, play the audience. Audience, you're in for a treat. Here is Mariachi Acero.
son, que se baila con estilo de la bamba y el danzón. Repica, pica, pica, repica, repicateando. Qué bonitas todas las que están bailando. Tilín, 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 tolón, tolón, tolón. Qué bonitas las hijas de Don Simón. ¡Que sí!
All right, maestro, I was just about to take a picture of you guys. Wow. What do you think? Right? Awesome, awesome. Say something, Juanito. You're near the mic.
Well, Mariachi Acero was here, not in Gary, but in Maryville last year at the WLTH studios under the former owners, and we're glad to have them here today. And in our new studio, which is a whole lot bigger than our previous studio, we are located across the street from the Genesis Convention Center, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people with the director of this great mariachi who I guess beat out some major people that were part of this competition, so that is totally incredible.
And when you say they beat out some other great people, they've not only beat out some great people, but they've played with some great people. Eric mentioned some few celebrities out there that you perform with.
Oh, we've had the pleasure of performing with, and you know, she recently passed away, unfortunately, with the great Jenny Rivera. We've also been able to perform with Los Temerarios, also Gerardo Ortiz, who's a big name right now in the Latino scene. We've also performed with Jose Alfredo Jimenez Jr. We've also had the pleasure of performing with Pedro Infante's daughter, who goes by the name of Lupita Infante, also in Las Vegas. We performed with her. We've also performed for Manny Pacquiao, the boxer. We've actually played for him as well. I mean, there's a lot of big names that we've had the pleasure and honor of performing for.
I see, and that takes pride to say it's you and not somebody else. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, how do you feel where you are right now? Do you feel that you've accomplished just about everything, or you still have yet to say we still have one more thing that we have to do? And look how great you sound, right? That is awesome. Ahora, en español, do we have a caller? Oh, you know what, callers, please call in if you have any questions. You may have a special request. They may play it for you. I don't know. 219-885-1371. Si gustan pedir una canción, a lo mejor se las pueden tocar aquí. 219-885-1371. En español, ¿qué acabas de decir? ¿Con quién han tocado ustedes?
Bueno, hemos tenido el placer de acompañar a Jenny Rivera, que en paz descanse. También hemos tocado con Los Temerarios, con Gerardo Ortiz, que ahorita está pegando mucho. También con José Alfredo Jiménez Jr. Y también hemos tocado para el boxeador Manny Pacquiao también. Hemos tenido la oportunidad de tocar para él también.
Wow. Es un orgullo, ¿no?
Oh, sí.
Es decir, son ustedes y no otros.
Ajá. No, cada vez que les digo las noticias a los muchachos que tenemos un evento así grande, no se pueden contener. Ahí andan en el Facebook, en Twitter. Vamos a salir en este programa o en el radio. Es un orgullo increíble.
Pues para mí es un orgullo y un placer de tenerlos aquí en el estudio con nosotros y de estar yo como la emisora con ustedes.
Ay, gracias a ti que nos invitas cada año y que nos gusta y que estamos encantados de estar aquí en el estudio.
Y van a seguir invitados, la puerta está abierta a su casa. Mi casa es su casa, dice el dicho, ¿verdad? My house is your house. You're going to continue, as long as I'm still living, I'm going to keep supporting you and I'm going to keep following you. Speaking of following, we got to get that Twitter account going so we can follow you. Tell us where you're going. So from here, I know that you were performing tonight.
Right.
At
Don Pedro's is tonight at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then tomorrow we're back for the grand finale at Jalapeños with the original Mariachi Acero de East Chicago, directed by Mr. Larry Lane. And we're also going to have Dan Pantoja there performing as well.
That's awesome. So we get two great mariachis playing back to back. And I know that you guys had on your opening night Wednesday at Jalapeños, you had a couple of the mariachiceros come up there and play their instrument as well, right?
Yeah.
And that's great. And I'm sure they feel good to even just be part of you on stage for a song, because you guys have paved the way for those that may be thinking of doing what you're doing. And by listening to you, by watching you, you're certainly opening the doors and saying, come on, we can do it, so can you. There's a lot of young talent still out there that need to be discovered as well, as you are still being discovered in other areas. So from here, where do you guys go? What's your next step? What are you guys planning to do?
We're just, trying to get bigger things, tours and as many shows that we can get. One of our goals for the future is to be on the Grammys, the Latin Grammys. Since they're always filmed in Las Vegas every year, we want to be one of those groups that's featured accompanying an artist or even having a slot, performing by ourselves.
My light bulb just went, I'm going to make some calls. I've heard some people say, well, Eve, if you want, I'm going to remember them. I'm going to say, remember when you said, Eve, if you win and want? Okay. That would be awesome to see you guys perform at that. Oh, yeah. Wow. How would that really make you feel personally as who you are? Not as a mariachi player, but personally. Each one of you tell me, how would you feel when that happens? Because we know it's going to happen.
Well, I feel really grateful.
A ver, arrímense al micrófono.
Yes, I would feel really grateful to get to that point of being able to perform or even back up an artist.
Wow, okay. ¿Quién más? Siguiente, el niño.
I would also feel grateful, and I would feel proud of myself for making it that far.
Yeah. Christian, a ver. Hablen en español también para que la gente sepa que no nada más cantan en español, pero también lo hablan.
Bueno, pues, yo estaría feliz, contento con el grupo que llegamos lejos. Yeah, just happy.
That's great.
As a matter of fact, some of them have the goal of making it to one of the best mariachis in the world. Actually, a few of the guys always, JJ.
You can do that.
And Edgar is being scouted by Mariachi Sol de Mexico de Jose Hernandez at the moment. So he might leave us to be in one of
You're going to let him go?
in the world's best mariachi.
Wow.
And also Joey.
That's
Joey
awesome.
is also auditioning as well.
That is awesome. How else, all of you, how will you feel knowing that will take place? You're at the Grammys playing. Because that's going to happen, okay? We know it's going to happen.
Yo me sentiría muy orgulloso del grupo y solo esperando para ver qué más oportunidades ganamos.
Muy bien. Inglés y español, aquí se valen los dos. This is the bilingual talk program here in the region, the only bilingual talk program.
If we make it to that point, I think I'd be very happy. I would obviously give all my appreciation to Eric, but I wouldn't stop there. I would want to go further and keep going back. So that's one of my goals.
And I'm going to ask you guys, don't ever say if, say when. Okay? If is in, I'm not sure. No, say when. Call it into existence. That's why I said, I know you're going to be up there. We just don't know when or how, but it's going to happen, right? I know you guys are tired, right? And you guys going to go home and rest, right?
Yo sería muy orgulloso por las oportunidades que nos han dado y le doy todo el crédito a nuestro director Eric Ramírez por prepararnos pues para estos tipos de eventos y yeah.
That's good. No, and you do prepare, but it's not only just Eric putting his part, but all of you are putting your part. Without practicing, without listening, without following, would you have gotten this far? It has a lot to do with you, your individual you.
Well, I would honestly feel very grateful and, happy, obviously. Knowing we have that kind of potential to make it up there and starting small, so, yeah, I'd be extremely grateful.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And I think that what sticks out is your age. Is there a younger mariachi as good as this out there in this country? I don't think so. Texas middle school?
There's some heavy hitters in Texas.
Have they competed?
they have, but in other competitions,
Okay.
not the one. They
Not
have
the
a,
national.
No, they have another pretty big one, which is the Mariachi Vargas competition in San Antonio, and there's some pretty good schools out there as well that compete.
You guys planning on competing on that one? Oh, you
Well,
got to
they
be in
have-
school
they-
for that?
They have a community division too, so
Oh,
we could
okay.
enter as well.
Are you guys planning to then? When Eric signs and sends it in? Yeah. A ver, ¿cómo te sentirías tú si estás tocando en los Grammys?
I would feel very grateful, and it would be a really big honor for me to play in the Grammys.
Awesome.
Well, personally, for me, it's going to be a dream come true for that to happen in the future, when it happens. And me voy a sentir muy orgulloso de todos mis compañeros por llegar hasta allá.
Oh. And we have a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Eve.
Good morning. How are
Is
you?
your cohort there that this morning too, along with your guest?
Yes, he is. He's filming. Juan's here.
Good morning, and how are you?
He's videotaping.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, I enjoyed the music. When you said they were going to play, I didn't know what kind of music to anticipate because I hadn't danced or exercised. But I did do a ball and toe jump up and down exercise. But I wanted to ask them, and perhaps you, because they're pretty young. You remember Xavier Cugat?
Xavier who again?
Do you remember him?
What was the last name, Miss Nadine?
I think it was C-U-G-A-T. I've got some of his music around here. And he had a little dancer that danced with him. I was trying to think of, was it Carmen Miranda? She did Chiquita Banana and all of that. I can't remember her. I was trying to think of her name. I've got some of his music in the back, and I'll give it to you when I give you your other gift. But let me just ask you this. At least I love music. I love hot music because I like to exercise. And I do remember one year my oldest granddaughter was in she was dancing under Tony Simpson at Banneker School. And they had to go out to the village and what was it, the Macarena?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what the name of that dance was?
Macarena?
Yeah, they had to do that, and it was really beautiful when they did it. But on that note, I just wanted you to know I'm out here listening. I did get up and exercise. It was a different kind. It wasn't hot like I thought it was. It was just a bounce up and down from the ball of the foot to the tip of my toes. So I did get that in. But on that note, I think you've got a lot of talent, and I just wondered if anybody remembered the band director and the dancer that was always with him. Okay, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're talking about Fanny Cano. That's, I believe, she was always accompanying him on that show, if I'm not mistaken. You're listening to Nuestra Comunidad Noroeste de Indiana, aquí en vivo. En nuestros estudios estamos con el Mariachi Acero de Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here live in the studio with Mariachi Acero from Las Vegas, Nevada, and they're young, from age 16 to 21. Some are just getting out of high school, in high school and college, but they all spoke of education, and that is something so vital, so key, that I am proud of them that they're saying this, that they could have just said, you know what, I'm just going to take this music show on the road and call it quits with school, as some artists do that. I pray that you all stay in school because you have something to fall back on. God forbid something happens to a hand. You need your hands to play your instruments. And out of all you 10, the majority of you sing, right? Or you all sing, right? Mm-hmm. That's great, and that's the plus that I like about this mariachi, that you all sing songs and you all take turns. Anything else you want to add?
And what's really nice to see is that some of the guys already, some of them do want to play professionally, but some are already wanting to go back to school. Well, they are all in school, and they want to become music educators as well, to give back to the community.
That's always great, giving back to the community, saying this is what was given to me, now I want to give some of that back to the community. That's awesome. I need my audience to dance. Can you guys play? I mean, I see you're like, can we do something other than just stand here? A ver. ¿Qué me van a tocar aquí? ¿Qué van a tocar? ¿El payaso? Órale. All right, here's Mariachi Acero live in our studios here on WLTH Radio. This is Nuestra Comunidad, Noroeste de Indiana. Everybody dance.
Cruzando la frontera me encontré con él. Era un tipo medio raro, pero me cayó bien. Me dijo, viejo en carretera, espera pronto llegar al rodeo que me espera allá. Me dijo con certeza que no hay más emoción de romper un sombrero, disparar un cañón. Sabe la vida ando jinete, que cuando mal anda su suerte soy payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. Me que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. No es que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo. La frontera me encontré con él. Era un tipo medio raro, pero me cayó bien. Me dio viejo en carretera, espera pronto llegar al rodeo que me espera allá. Me dijo con certeza que no hay más emoción de romper un sombrero, disparar un cañón. Sabe la vida ando jinete, cuando mal anda su suerte soy payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. No es que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. No es que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo. Cruzando la frontera me encontré con él. Era un tipo medio raro, pero me cayó bien. Me dio viejo en carretera, espera pronto llegar al rodeo que me espera allá. Me dijo con certeza que no hay más emoción de romper un sombrero, disparar un cañón. Sabe la vida anda jinete, cuando mal anda su suerte soy payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. No es que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo. Les digo, ven, 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 animalito, ven, ven y sí me verás lo que vas a aprender. No es que soy muy poco artístico, muy listo, muy gracioso, payaso de rodeo.
Que se oiga. Wow, that was awesome. Did we lose our caller, or are they still on hold? We lost him? Okay, caller, please call back 219-885-1371. And I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful music. Music is international, and mariachi music is international. Eric, tell us some other countries that you know that are playing this type of music.
Oh, my goodness. Mariachi is literally all over the world. I mean, there's mariachis in China, Japan, all of South America. It's so huge in South America that they even made a telenovela from Colombia called La Hija del Mariachi, which it wasn't even filmed in Mexico. Right. But there's just an explosion in Central and South America with mariachi music.
Yeah, so don't think that this music is just made for Mexicans, because it's not. And mariachi, do you know where that name comes from? What does that mean for our listeners?
Mariachi, there's been controversy that they believed that the word was of French origin, that meant it was a French word for marriage, but they have omitted that theory. It's actually derived from a type of wood, from a bark of wood from a tree called the Mariachi tree, and they would use that wood from that tree to make dance floors where the people would dance on. And of course, at that time in the mid-1800s, it was the folk music of the region that evolved into the mariachi music of today.
Wow, I think we have a caller. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, it's me, Dan. Good morning.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
I figured I'd take a quick break to call and congratulate the group again. They're doing a phenomenal job, and it definitely says something when my phone is constantly getting messages and phone calls, for receipts and for more information on this band. So, on behalf of myself and the team that helps us, congratulations to the band. It's amazing to have such an awesome group like them in this area playing for mariachi fans.
For sure, Dan. Thank you so much for taking the time to call in. I know that you're working, and can't wait to hear you perform tomorrow. Yesterday, you did a sneak of one.
A cameo.
A cameo. There you go, to sing a song. So we're looking forward to hearing you perform as well on Sunday.
Awesome. I'll take a little nap. I should be ready to go.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for calling. You're listening to Nuestra Comunidad, Noroeste de Indiana, here on WLTH Radio, AM 1370, the region's choice and the people's voice. Unos comerciales, por favor, y ahora regresamos. We'll be right back after this.
Al comprar o refinanciar una casa, la gente en el noroeste de Indiana está eligiendo First Savings Bank of Heckwish. ¿Es un comprador por primera vez? Nuestro programa para compradores de su primera vivienda le abre sus posibilidades con un interés reducido y la mayoría de las tasas pagadas por el banco. Inicie su compra con nuestro programa de solicitud sin cargo y pregunte sobre nuestros programas especiales para viviendas en zonas de ingresos bajos a moderados. Un banco local desde 1914, ayudamos a nuestros vecinos con préstamos hipotecarios, cuentas de cheques y de ahorro y un excelente servicio. Se sentirá como en casa en el First Savings Bank of Heckwish. Visítenos en fsbheckwish.com o llame al 773-646-4200. Préstamos sujetos a aprobación de crédito y otras condiciones. First Savings Bank of Heckwish. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Comisión de Indiana de Asuntos Hispanos Latinos. La población hispana y latina es la más joven y de más rápido crecimiento en los Estados Unidos. De hecho, cada mes 50,000 ciudadanos latinos en los Estados Unidos cumplen 18 años. En el estado de Indiana, la Comisión de Indiana para Asuntos Hispanos Latinos está aquí para ayudar al ser un recurso más para las familias. Para obtener más información sobre la Comisión de Indiana sobre Asuntos Hispanos Latinos y para acceder a su guía de recursos estatales y locales, visite a www.in.gov/ICHLA o llame al 317-233-5048. Es el 317-233-5048. Todos somos Hoosiers. Este mensaje traído a usted por la Comisión de Indiana para Asuntos Hispanos Latinos.
Here to Nuestra Comunidad. All right. Juanito, you've been quiet. I didn't know you were sitting back there.
Here.
You got something to say back there? Okay. Before they hit us with another song, and this one I think you may want to dance. So this one's for all you dancers that love to dance. A ver, Juanito, ¿qué vas a decir?
Well, as you said, this is the only bilingual talk program of its kind, and so we do need to talk about a special segment for Fridays, but I'm sure that you're going to love the idea. We can work on it. And also our listeners will also, I think, love it. We're very grateful for Mariachi Acero to be here, which is Mariachi Steel. And this still is the steel town, although it's not as
Steel City.
It is Steel City, Gary, Indiana, East Chicago, and Hammond. We had our share of big steel companies here. But we're still going, and we're very grateful because our youth, which they are here today, including the director, of course, and Omar, and you're still youth here, and the lady behind us here too.
Young.
I'm not still young anymore, but grateful, and thank you for being here on Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana.
Yeah. So you guys want to play one more song for us, please?
Sure.
Before the show is over. It's 49 minutes after the hour. We just have just a few minutes left of the show. Hopefully you have been enjoying it just as much as we have here live in our studio. Espero que estén disfrutando aún todavía este programa, teniendo a estos muchachos aquí en vivo en nuestro estudio. Nosotros también estamos disfrutando de la música de ellos. Esta canción es para hacerlos a todos ustedes bailar. This song I selected, I asked them to play because I'd like for all of you listeners, and if you're driving, please be careful to dance while you drive. So continue to listen to Nuestra Comunidad.
Hey, 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 hey. quiere bailar el mariachi loco. Baila meneito con la pura sabrosura, baila meneito con la pura sabrosura, meneito, meneito. Baila meneito con la pura sabrosura, baila meneito con la pura sabrosura, meneito, meneito.
That was great. Ooh, that was a treat, wasn't it, Juan?
It's always a treat. So that's great. Keep it up. And the fact that you're young, you got a whole future ahead of yourselves.
We have a tiny, tiny little precious little angel in our studios. And I did ask the mom, and I did tell Eric that we were going to actually introduce him. Now, are you going to, you have an older son. Where's he at? How old is he? 4. He's 4. Is he starting to play an instrument?
He is.
Because he didn't want to play the other day, and I assume that that's what you were trying to get him to do, right?
We actually forgot his violin, but he's starting to play the violin and also the vihuela, the little guitar.
Well, we have a little boy that we're going to introduce, a brand new baby, Malachi, but we have a caller right now. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I had a question for the guys,
Okay.
and I was wondering what mariachi composer or lyricist is your favorite to perform or listen to?
Mariachi, what was that, the question again?
What mariachi lyricist or composer do you enjoy either listening to or performing?
Oh, it's definitely Jose Alfredo Jimenez. He is
Awesome.
number one, Jose Alfredo.
Yeah. You guys agree?
Yes.
Awesome.
And Juan Gabriel comes in a tight second.
Speaking of Juan Gabriel, you got somebody being a Juan Gabriel Jr. over there, right?
We do. It's violinist JJ.
JJ.
He does a great Juan Gabriel.
Well, we're going to have JJ do the Juan Gabriel to end our show. Is that all right, guys?
Let's do
But
it.
I don't know if the camera is viewing the baby. A ver, levántame a mi niño. Look, this is a natural mohawk. I was going to tell the mom, did you actually do that to him? And it's natural. So he's supposed to come in with that dude. Look at him. Precious little tiny baby. And our violinist, these are the family members of Eric. Come on, baby. Come next to Daddy. Wave to the camera. How old are you?
4.
And what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. And what do you play?
Violin.
Do you like it? Or does your daddy make you? You like it, don't you? So next time when you come back, you're going to bring your violin, right? And you're going to come to our studio and play live? See?
Which song are you going to play? Which one's your favorite? Oh.
Ya se escondió. Ajá.
Maybe we just finish up with their song, then
Yes.
that'll work.
Yes.
2 quick announcements. Next Friday, the president and CEO of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce on Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, by telefono, unfortunately. And then, but that's okay. And then next Saturday, in our very own studios, several of the contestants for the Miss Indiana Latina pageant. Stay tuned.
All right, this is Nuestra Comunidad Noroeste de Indiana. Nos vamos a terminar aquí con una última canción con el Mariachi Acero. We're going to end the show with this beautiful song from the Mariachi Acero. Hope you guys have enjoyed this program just as much as we have. Continue to listen to Nuestra Comunidad. Maestro.
Buenas tardes. A ver, Miss Eve. Sexy lights, please. Sexy lights. Para todos los que están escuchando, quiero darle gracias por tenerme en el show. Y esta canción va dedicada para todos los hombres. ¿Para qué me haces llorar? ¿Que no ves? Ay, ay, cómo te quiero. ¿Y para qué me haces sufrir? ¿Que no ves? Que más no puedo. Si yo nunca había llorado, y menos de dolor, que ni nunca había tomado, y menos por un amor. ¿Por qué me haces llorar y te burlas de mí si sabes tú muy bien que yo no sé sufrir y yo me voy a emborrachar a no saber de mí? Que sepan todos que hoy tomé y que hoy me emborraché por ti. ¡Y que viva Juárez! Si yo nunca había tomado, y menos de dolor, que ni nunca había llorado, y menos por un amor. ¿Por qué me haces llorar y te burlas de mí si sabes tú muy bien que yo no sé sufrir y yo me voy a emborrachar a no saber de mí. Que sepan todos que hoy tomé y que hoy me emborraché por ti.
Ride